My uncle the other day when I was at the funeral, I sit there at the table, he goes, "Who's that Jamaican woman sitting here with us?" Uncle, he's 81, so I excused him. I have here Deuteronomy 28:13. And the Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath, if you heed the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, and are careful to observe them. So when I read that say above only, that means that the phrase under the circumstances needs to be eliminated. Because we are not to be under the circumstances, we are to be above. And so when November 16th, 2004, thank you, 2004, it came at 1:57 a.m. I go to bed like a normal person. I wake up. I wake up at 1:57. I'm feeling as it were that it would be as though what they say having a heart attack or a stroke, and I threw myself up out of the bed, and I thought I have to fight for my life. I have to fight for my life. So I go and immediately my speech was changed. And you must understand that I went through 6 months of speech therapy, so my speech was very slow. My words that I know, words that we know, they would not come to me. Anyway, they take me to the hospital, I go through all this stuff. Let's get, because Bob told me 15 minutes, Rainey, okay. I forgot to set my alarm. But they're using my alarm there to video, so I don't know the time. But what I did, my son was away at college, and my daughter was home. And that night, I thought I was going to die, and I was going through the divorce at that time. I marched around my house living room for the entire 14 minutes that it took the emergency personnel to get there. I didn't even know anybody had called them. And they tell me that what saved my life, of course, I know something a little more than they do. But what they tell me what saved my life was my love for my children. Because at one point when I'm marching around the house, on my mantle were the picture of my kids. And I remember I stopped for a moment and I say, Lord, I cannot go. Leslie and Aaron need me. Lord, I cannot go. Leslie and Aaron need me. So anyway, we go through that. I am a medical mystery. I ended up, about 4 weeks later, they finally decided to hospitalize me. I would go to the hospital and then they send me home. And they hospitalized me. They run every test that they could. They do not know to date what is wrong, what happened. I end up in the wheelchair. We make the joke, and you can laugh. Please do not be afraid to say this saying around me. When you say, can you chew gum and walk at the same time? Yeah, see, good. Well, I ended up in the wheelchair, not because I could not walk, but because my cognitive reasoning and cognitive was so impaired that to even think how to walk, and don't even think about chewing gum, it was too much for me. It was too much. So what happened was I have cognitive impairments. I was in the wheelchair. My right side was very weak. I looked like a stroke patient. I looked like a Parkinson patient. I looked like many different things together. But one day the doctor said to me, because I say, first thing I wanted to know is what happened to my speech. Because I figure everything else I recover from, but I wanted to know. And I remember one doctor look at me when I say, I'm in the hospital, I say, what happened to my speech? He goes, and my son was sitting over there. My son's a mama boy, okay? You don't mess with mama, okay? And the doctor looked at me and he goes, it is what it is. I don't use this word, but my son goes, what the crap does that mean?
He's fighting for his mom.
And so I'm laying there, and I'm barely able to speak. I never really lost it. And I say, doctor, I need for you to say it in a little different terms so I can understand what you mean. And he said, it is what it is. My son said, get out. So the doctor leave, but anyway, I fought very hard. My children, my son came home from the university, and my kids became my caregivers. The doctors had given up on me. The doctor looked at me and he told me, you're going to be in a wheelchair, and you just need to be thankful for. You just need to be thankful for the fact that you're alive, and that you might recover. So I say, I might recover. What am I recovering from? He say, well, do you really want to know? I say, well, yeah, I would like to know. He say, well, I can't tell you. I don't know what it is. So anyway, my son and my daughter, I'm so thankful for them that they never gave up. I'll tell you with regards to my speech, first of all. Okay, I'll tell you regarding my speech. Because I was not textbook any disease or any condition, they did not know how to treat me in physical therapy or speech therapy. For 1 month, they tried different things. But you see, lights, movement. Tomorrow I'm going to be down front, as I told him. It's not because I want to be the center of attention. It's because movement and the synchronized movements that happen, I cannot handle them. So I need to be situated. Like I hear for you all, you do not hear the air conditioner. For me, it's very loud in my ear. So there's so many things cognitively that are impaired for me. So one night, I was, my daughter, and you need to hear this story so you can understand where I went to with my speech. My daughter said, I told my kids, my daughter and her friend, I say, I need for you to change the sheets. I'm going to tell the story, folks. I need for you to change the sheets on the bed because we were going to have company, but my speech, of course, was very slow. And they just look at me. And I say, I need for you to change the sheets on the bed. And my daughter's like, and finally, the young lady that was there, she was one of our roommates, and she said, Miss Rainey, I did not know you talk like that. And I'm like, what? She said, could you tell me again? And I say, I need for you to change the sheets. Well, the word sheets that I was hearing. Okay, you got it. Okay. And that's what I was saying to them. Okay. So once I say that, I realize that we have linen, we have pieces of paper, we have torrents of rain. We don't have sheets of anything anymore. So anyway, a few weeks later, my son, he has a friend come over, a gal friend, and she comes in, introduces me. He asks me, Mom, would you please say the word sheets? I'm like, Aaron, I just met this woman. No.